Hey friends, welcome to Freedom Homestead. Today is a work day in the kitchen. Lots of things that I'm gonna be making. We're gonna be making bread, we're gonna be making muffins. I'm going to be canning some salsa later today. Also have some chicken broth that I'm getting ready to put in the canner. It's gonna be a good day. So let's get started. I need to unload the dishwasher. I have some wash dishes here that I need to put up. And then I'm gonna try to go ahead and get the broth going in the canner. I've decided not to make this into salsa. I've got over 50 pints of salsa made. And if I need to turn this into salsa later, I can. So, get it? I can. Anyway, so I think I'm just gonna do tomato sauce. Parker is working for our builder now, so that's pretty cool. And I am gonna be taking Parker a sandwich to the job site today because we didn't have time to fix him something this morning. So that's another thing. Okay, so clearly I'm not gonna get everything done that I wanna get done today. So let me kind of go over with you what we're gonna be, what the hope is. Okay, so can you see where I'm writing? Isn't this the cutest picture of Emily and Parker when they were little? Emily's kissing Parker on the face. It is like, I love that picture. Okay, so we're gonna be canning some chicken broth. Tomato sauce, bread. I need to get my yogurt going. I also have some sauerkraut that I have got to make before my cabbage is too far gone. So chicken broth, tomato sauce, bread, yogurt, sauerkraut, and muffins. So I've got two types of muffins that I've been wanting to make. So these two muffins that we're gonna be making, my goal is to put these in the freezer. However, I have a feeling that they won't be put in the freezer. Something else that I wanna make, not today, but maybe tomorrow, is granola. And I was trying to think of some other like snacky foods that I can make. Since we're cooking from scratch right now, we're saving money, which means we're not buying convenience foods. You gotta make them instead of buying them. All right, let's get this dishwasher unloaded, these clean dishes put away, and start getting some food in the canner. Okay, so the dishwasher is unloaded and now I'm getting ready to start on the broth. So I'm going to, I've got a pot in my fridge right there that I'm gonna pull out, put it on the stove. I need to skim the fat off of these two, off of those two, and get that going. So yeah, this is gonna be a good day. We're gonna get, I probably have 8 quarts of chicken broth to can, so that's pretty awesome. Something yesterday, while I was canning, I was getting some water leaking from around the seal, and I noticed that my handles are loose. So as soon as I can locate a Phillips head screwdriver, I'm going to tighten those up. And I checked my gasket. My gasket looks good. I probably should, I'm gonna put some oil too around the rims. I haven't done that in a little while. And I'm also going to oil my, I'll go ahead and oil my gasket too. And hopefully that will take care of it. If it doesn't, that means there's something going on that I can't see, which makes me nervous. I don't know if y'all can see. So that's really loose. I just tightened up this one, and then I tightened up the ones on the lids because those were loose too. So hopefully this will take care of it. So if you've never greased your seal, you can do this with vegetable oil, which is, oh, I do have some avocado oil back there. Yay, I thought it was almost out. Perfect. But yeah, it's pretty simple. Just put, this is olive oil. And I know you're supposed to do this with the All-American canner, but I've always done it on the Presto too. It's good to every now and then give your canner a really good once over, but you know, sometimes if you don't do that, your canner will try to tell you, hey, I need some attention. And one of the things it does is it will leak water. And when I say it leak water, I mean it was leaking under the lid and was like running down the side of the canner onto the stove, not from the steam valve, because that's to be expected. But I'm talking about like from under the lid. Okay, so hopefully that will take care of it. So it just occurred to me that I've got to leave in 25 minutes to take Parker his lunch. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wait on the chicken broth, but I've got everything ready. My jars are ready and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move my tomatoes over here, get those buzzed up, turn the heat up slightly, offset the lid so it can start thickening up. And then I'm going to start my bread dough and fix Parker a sandwich. So my deepest apologies. This whole time I thought I've been filming, but apparently I had run out of memory. So you did not see me filling up my jars with broth. I've got 7 quarts in the canner, and I've got 2 quarts and a pint for the freezer. And this time, y'all, I'm taking your word for it. I put them in wide mouth jars, so I am hoping that they do not bust. I also have started bread. I've got my yeast proofing in with some honey and some warm water, and I'm getting ready to add my flour and everything. I do have a video on how I make my bread using my Pullman loaf pan, and I will link that down below for y'all so you can get that recipe. I keep my recipe behind this cabinet because I normally have my mixer over here, but I don't today. All right, so we are getting stuff not completely executed, but started anyway. All right, so I've got my chicken broth going, tomato sauce going, bread is going. Let's get some yogurt going. In times past, when I have made yogurt, I have made it by heating the milk up on the stove, and then I've incubated it in different ways. I put it in jars and then stuck it into like an igloo cooler, covered it up with towels and let it incubate for several hours that way. I have put it in the crock pot to incubate after I warmed it up on the stove and all of that. But today I'm just doing it all in the crock pot. Okay, so what's really awesome about making yogurt in a crock pot is it is so hands-off. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I've got a whole gallon of milk. The milk here in our area at Aldi, which is the best price for milk that I've seen, is $1.99 a gallon. So to buy a quart of just regular non-fat plain yogurt, unflavored, not a name brand, is about $4. So this gallon of milk was $1.99. I bought a small cup of plain yogurt for $1.30 something. So I'll be able to make about a gallon. It'll be less than a gallon if you strain some of the whey off. And I'm actually gonna do half. I'm gonna strain half because I like Greek yogurt. And then the rest of it, I'm going to sweeten, add vanilla, and just stir the whey in because that's how the rest of my family likes to eat it. So, where's my yogurt? Yeah, so I got the Faye Greek yogurt. And when you're making your own yogurt and you're getting a culture by buying store-bought yogurt, you just want to make sure that your yogurt says live active cultures. And this does right here. Now, can you use flavored yogurt? I don't know, I've never done it. I don't know if that messes up. I don't know, I truly have never done it. I'm gonna turn the crock pot on to high. I'm gonna come back in about 2 hours, stir it, and then check the temperature. You want the temperature of your milk to get up to about 185 degrees. So it's gonna take probably about 3 hours, somewhere around there. So like I said, I'm gonna check back probably about the 2 to 2.5 hour mark, and we'll check the temperature.
A little after the 3 hour mark, the milk was up to temperature, so I turned the heat off. I took the crock out of the bottom part and let it cool down to 120 degrees. Then I stirred in my store-bought yogurt. I put it back in the bottom part of the crock pot and cover it with blankets and towels, and this is what it looked like the next morning.
The hollers are on. Okay, so I have laundry going. Y'all saw me fold some towels. So far today, I have cleaned the kids' bathroom. I cleaned I've cleaned the sunroom, but I was kind of waiting to see if our builder was going to show up, and it's late enough in the day that I seriously doubt he's going to be here because he does have other jobs that he's working, and the jobs that he's doing for us right now, he's doing to help us out with everything that we've had going on since last year. So if he doesn't show up, he doesn't show up. We don't fault him at all for that. It's totally cool. He's got to do what pays the bills first, and we get that. Okay, so I'm just gonna get my Norwex mop and a bottle of water. Just do a quick mop. It's mostly in front of the door where everybody walks in, but I've already vacuumed in there with my new cordless stick vacuum. I don't know if you guys have noticed me using it, but I love that thing. It has made cleaning my floors so easy. I even use it to vacuum off my stairs. I use it to vacuum. I vacuumed around the air filter. I have vacuumed Parker's blinds. I vacuumed mattresses with it so far. Okay, so I've decided, because I was just watching Farmhouse on Boone, and she was doing her favorite 30-minute meals, and she was doing Swedish meatballs and mashed potatoes. I think that sounds really good. One thing when it comes to homemaking, at least for my family, one thing that my family cares about more than a clean house, I care more about a clean house than they do. They care more about dinner being ready or almost ready by the time they get home. Jackie, for him, what means more for him, more than a clean house, although he enjoys a clean house, don't get me wrong, but he much prefers dinner and a glass of sweet tea when he gets home. The house could be disgusting, but if he can eat and have a glass of tea and sit in his chair and unwind, that means more to him than anything. All right, so I'm gonna get these floors clean. Okay, so I just figured out I can change the exposure on my camera and make things brighter. This might be a game changer. How does this look for you guys? I'll take it Let me go see what the rest of the house looks like. This is insane. I don't like that because that makes my cabinets look like robin's egg blue. I don't love that. What does it look like in here? Huh. I just don't like the way it looks in the kitchen. It looks very robin's egg blue. I like it everywhere else though. It's so bright and cheery. This is interesting. I'm loving the brightness. I just don't like the way it looks. Well, that's not too bad. I don't know, what do y'all think? Do you like the high exposure? What was that? Did y'all see that? I don't like that. Ugh. Looks terrible. That's really interesting. Anyway, all right, so my pressure canner is trying to come up to pressure. Tomato sauce is still cooking down. My dough is rising beautifully. I've got my yogurt going in the crock pot. I just mopped the floor in the sunroom. Definitely looks better. You don't see the tracks of all the footprints. Definitely looks better. Okay, so I need to go check on that other load of laundry. Okay, so I think I figured it out. 1.3 exposure. I'm just saying this to mark the occasion. So 1.3 is not bad. 1.3. Still got to paint down there. We're going to paint all that. Don't worry. Okay. Before I had it at 1.7, this is a little bit more toned down. I am so excited about this. Anyway, okay, so the builder, our builder just texted me and he said that he and Parker went and worked on another job, and I guess he needed Parker's help, so that's cool. It's really sad that people there, he has a hard time, the builder is having a hard time finding good helpers that will stick around. So I'm sure he's glad to have Parker, and Parker is glad to have a job. So it's just us trying to find a job that he can have that would work out with our schedule, because he doesn't have his license yet. And when he does get his license, he won't have a car. So he relies on primarily me for his transportation. And so, yeah, I mean, that's been the thing, is just him finding a job that works with our schedule. And so this is good. Hopefully this will work out. So far so good. Okay, so my dough is ready for a second rise. I need to punch it down, shape it, and get it into the pan. We're just gonna keep moving along with this new exposure. Moving right along, I'm gonna start on the muffins. I'm gonna make two different types of muffins. I'm gonna make blueberry muffins, shredded zucchini blueberry muffins, and zucchini sausage and cheese muffins. I've got my recipe here, and I will leave the recipes down below for you guys. I think I'm gonna start with the blueberry muffins first. For these muffins, I'm actually going to change up the recipe just a scotch, because I like to add whole wheat flour. So I'm going to do 3/4 cup of whole wheat flour, 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour. So we actually do the dry and the wet separate. So that's a 3/4 cup of that. Three-fourths cup of the whole wheat. I'm gonna shake this down. The only reason why I like to sift it is because if you have ever took a bite of something and it had a chunk of baking powder or baking soda in it, it will ruin your day. A teaspoon of the baking soda. It's half a teaspoon, so I need a teaspoon baking soda, teaspoon of cinnamon, do a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Sorry, I know you can hear 3 rivers in the background. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Whoops. And that's it for the dry ingredients. So I'm going to sift it together and then give it a really good whisk at the end. Okay, so that's the dry. And then in the separate bowl, we're going to whisk together the wet ingredients. So that is going to be a 1/4 cup of maple syrup, half a cup of maple syrup, half a cup of maple syrup. All right, 1/3 cup of applesauce. This is unsweetened. We're gonna do 1 egg. You wanna save that for your chickens. A 1/4 cup of milk. Before I start whisking, I'm going to take my bag of shredded zucchini and I'm gonna dump it into that strainer. And we're gonna let that drain, but I'm gonna squeeze it out too. Oh, and I gotta add my flavorings. My bad. Okay, half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And I think that just did it. That one. And then a 1/4 teaspoon of almond extract. I love the way that smells. 1/4 is half of a half. And almond extract is very strong. Don't know if y'all have ever used it, but it is strong. Okay. All right. Now we're going to beat this all together. Really smell the almond extract. We're going to pour the dry into the wet. Okay, I'm gonna do about half of this. And then we're gonna fold in our zucchini and our blueberries. Also, if you wanna add any nuts. As much as I love nuts in quick breads and muffins and things, my husband does not. And so I don't get to have them. But what I might do is I'll just sprinkle some on top of a couple of these and those will be mine. Over here, I am squeezing out the liquid out of the zucchini. And I think I'm gonna put this on a towel and wring it out. So even though you're wringing out a lot of the water, it's still going to add moisture to the muffins, which is always one of the things that Jack sometimes complains about with muffins. Is one of the reasons why he's not a big muffin fan, is that they dry out. It's also why he doesn't like biscuits. Like he likes gravy and biscuits, but he doesn't like a sausage biscuit because the sausage biscuit gets really dry. All right, so I'm just folding these in. And then we're gonna grab our muffin tin and some muffin liners, cupcake liners, whatever you wanna call them. I've got big clumps of shredded zucchini in there. Gorgeous. Oh, that looks so good. Okay. I decided that I'm not gonna put nuts on any of them just to keep it simple. just to keep things moving along. I got these, if you care, large baking cups. I know I've seen these on the Grove Collaborative's website, but I got these at my salvage store for 99 cents. Oven, and these are gonna bake for 22 to 30 minutes. All right, I'm gonna get this mess cleaned up. So it's getting really warm in here. I just checked the thermostat, 78 degrees. But that's what happens when you have to can and bake, and you got a roaster and a crock pot all going at the same time. I have this watermelon from our garden that I need to cut up, and I'm hoping that it's not too ripe. So I'm gonna do that really quick. Okay, so I had to plug y'all in. All right, so my timer just went off for the canner, so I've got it turned off. I've got my bread in the oven. I've got the muffins out of the oven. Yogurt's still going strong. It's got probably another hour before I check the temperature. This watermelon, it's not very sweet. So that's a little disappointing, but that's okay. It might taste better when we put some salt on it. Anyway, I have some scraps to take out to the chickens, and I need to check for eggs. And I gotta leave y'all in the wall, so I'll be right back. All right, friends, I think I'm gonna end the vlog here today. My family's gonna be home in about an hour. I need to fix dinner, and but we got a lot accomplished today, so yay us. All right, so I think tomorrow I'm gonna work on the tomato sauce, the sauerkraut, like getting this canned because I'm gonna let it thicken overnight. I'll get the sauerkraut started, the sausage, egg, and cheese, the sausage and cheese zucchini muffins, and the granola. And I might bring you guys along for that. So, and then of course my yogurt will be done, so I've got to get that. I'll get some of that straining, and then the rest of it, like I said, I will sweeten and add vanilla to it, and then put that in jars for the rest of the family. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with me today. It's been a good day. So until next time, remember to be vigilant, be prayerful, and be prepared. God bless you all. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.